Focus. Live. Keep growing. What's going on, car guys and car gals? Good morning. This is Lou Ramirez, the car guy.
This is Fred Lenartz, the subprime hero.
And we are excited to be brewing solutions with a unique and incredible woman in automotive that is really, really knowing how to get down to the music, how to get down to a beat, and how to have a good time inside of whatever space that she's in. And we have her inside of the cafe today to make sure that we are brewing the best solutions for you. So do what it is that we're doing right now.
Share, folks.
Tag a car guy.
Share.
Tag a car gal.
Share.
And share. We are ready to get this brew going. But before we get this brew going, we got to let you know that we have some incredible people that are all about bringing this brew to you. And we want to thank our friends over at Think Ag Group for bringing you the best. Yes.
You got to love some Think Ag Group. www.thinkaggroup.com. Great people with solutions for you. When we get together, we like to team up with people that are solutionaries. The people we interview, the people that sponsor us, the people that we take pictures with that you guys see at all these conventions. Every one of these people that we've met, we shook hands with, people that we consider friends now, part of our network, part of our amazing solutionary network.
The solutionary?
I consider them all solutionaries. You know, some of them are more certified than others, but they all are on the same mission. That's to help people get better at what they do, to help their dealership, other dealerships, to help other agencies, to help other people, to raise up people like we like to do on our show. We have a special guest today. We're super excited about bringing her on. I cannot wait to talk to her. She just got back from a huge vacation. She just did some amazing things. She was at places that I've never seen them with my eyes. I've been to some amazing things my whole life, lived all over this world, but she went some places that she took pictures of that were just made my eyes go boom, like a cartoon, like popping out. Like, man, she is in some great places with her family, with her friends, just doing some amazing things, seeing good sights and eating great food. I mean, I've seen some of the meals that she had sitting there that like even her family was making and she was just posting pictures of, and all the good coffee she was drinking. Oh, you have no idea how much that coffee looks so good on some of those cups that she dropped. I was like, oh my goodness, I wish I was there with her. Maybe one day she'll take me out on a trip with her. I don't know. We'll see. Super jealous of what she's doing, but she's a superstar. You know, we have a lot of great sponsors. Think Ag Group, another one that I love, I want to bring up really quick. It's the Dealership Toolkit. I absolutely love them. They're one of our good friends, beyond sponsors, just like Think Ag Group. Matter of fact, all our sponsors are like good friends. We're all like a network of just people who love each other. But Dealership Toolkit, I want to thank you very much for everything that you do for us, the way you're trying to show us love. We're partnering up with them on a lot of different levels. We go to all these events with them, but we also are doing business with them and helping them do business while they're helping us do business. So it's a good team.
That's right.
www.dealershiptoolkit.com.
They are the ones that help you inside of examining your dealership and your processes and the things that you're doing, help you to sweep those corners inside of the biggest room in the world. What's the biggest room in the world, Fred?
It's the room for improvement.
That's right. And if you get a box of Dealership Toolkits gear where they can do the digital, they have the call center, they have so many tools for you to be able to just input inside of your store, you'll watch your business explode.
It will totally 100% explode. I was saying that as the commercial was going on. I was like, I'm saying this as this commercial is going on. But that's okay. You know, I love them. We do have other sponsors. We have Don Brady Consulting. You got to love some Don Brady. If you all don't know who Don Brady is, he will ship your car now.
That's right. Wherever in the universe.
But he also will come. Whoa. Yeah. So Don Brady is the man. Anything you need, he will help you out with. All he does is care about people. He cares about his family. So when you see somebody who really cares about family, 9 times out of 10, that translates to everyone around them. So understand, it takes people with good souls, good hearts inside them to be good people. And it starts at home. And I love that about Don Brady. He starts at home and then he works his way out to the world. And man, has he done a great job with that? He's also a prior veteran, or is a veteran. I appreciate your service, my friend. Just like Lou and I's service, we appreciate you, Lou. Appreciate you, man. So we also have, of course, M1 data and analytics. Now we don't have their graphics yet. We don't have any of that. We're gonna get it. We're supposed to be getting it any moment, but I love them. You got Russell Gentry, amazing person. Incredible. Oh, and then Greg Ash, or as he likes to call him, Sean Ash. But you know. It's his name too. Both his names. He goes by both. So, but I like to call him Greg because that's what's on everything he writes. So I like Greg. But that being said, we're excited. We're excited about the show. Lou, you ready to introduce?
I am ready to get this going.
I'm pumped up.
We are pumped up.
I got it shared out on my side. Everyone, I hope you shared it out. Get it shared out. I see LinkedIn is hot right now. There's a lot of people on LinkedIn watching right now. Thank you all very much for being there. Facebook, let's get Facebook rolling. Let's get it going.
Up to everybody that's saying what's up inside of the comment boxes. We will say hello to you here in a minute, but we have to get this introduction on the way because this incredible solutionary is one firework inside of the business, and we cannot wait to see what it is that this 5-liner pulls out of her today. So without further ado, let's go ahead and make welcome the one, the only, Marija Cvetkovska!
What's up, my friend? How are you?
I am doing better now. I get to be with you guys. I love it. I am awesome.
We are so thankful that you're here.
We appreciate you.
We got it.
We are glad that you're here. I'm glad that we finally found time in your busy schedule. I know that you were traveling. I would have loved to have done the interview while you were over there. Our schedule was so thick and we were able to slide it in right now. And I'm so excited that we're able to do this right now with you because you're awesome. Now, meeting you at Digital Dealer was a treat for me. Seeing you smile every time we saw you was amazing. And watching you speak, fantastic.
Yes.
You are a superstar on the rise. You have a lot of things and a lot of gifts that people need to hear more about. So that's why I wanted you to be on the show. That's why I invited you to be here. And I'm so glad that you're able to do it. So welcome to the Car Guy Cafe, as we call it. And thank you so much for giving us your time.
Oh, thank you. I feel like I'm at home. I'm at home, but at home with you guys.
Well, awesome. Well, that's definitely the atmosphere we want to create. We want to make sure that you can come and relax in the cafe and get energized in the cafe. And we are so glad that so many other people have jumped up in here with us. Today, we have Jackie Grillo is already inside of the room. Denise, what's happening, sisters? So thankful that you're excited. I am excited to see Marija up in here. We are glad to be back. Jackie is dropping a little bit more love. Our friend Charles Higgins is saying good morning. What's going on, Charles? Russell Hollywood Hill is up in here, and so is my man, B-Boy Nate. What's going on, Nathaniel? How are you? Welcome to the cafe today. We are excited to get this 5-liner going, but before we do a secret handshake that we do in order to get this 5-liner activated with you. So we are going to apply these 3 F's so that you can get ready to keep growing. So join us, Marija, as we forgive, focus, and fly together.
She likes dancing, so this is a dance move, my friend. So get ready. Next time we see each other at the next convention, you know we're gonna have to do the forgive, focus, fly together. That's right. All right. We'll probably get that whole dance floor going. We're gonna be like, I need the microphone. Everyone, listen. We are doing the forgive, focus, and fly. Let's go. All right. So
that is it.
You ready?
Break it down, Fred. Tell them what.
All right. So there's 3 F's involved in this. The first one is my favorite because this is the one that helps you do all the rest. Okay. You have to forgive. You have to forgive the weight of all unforgiveness, all the weight of people doing you wrong, at least you think they do, all the mistakes that you've made in the past, all the failures that you had. You need to take all of those things and forgive it. Love it. Use it as Lou called earlier last week, the poo-poo of life. And when you get this poo-poo of life, the fertilizer, you throw it on top of your life and it makes it grow faster. You learn from it, so you accelerate things. So you have to forgive all that so you can focus on what you want, so you can fly to all the places you've ever wanted to go. And once you do that, you just keep growing. You just keep growing. All right. So you ready? We're going to knock it out. We're going to do the 3 movements with the forgive, focus, fly, and keep growing on a count of 3. 1.
1. Go ahead and cross your hands on your shoulders. That represents that weight of unforgiveness. We're going to wipe it off today. Join us. If you're driving, throw that 1 hand on it. On 3. 1, 2, 3. Forgive.
Focus. Fly.
And
keep growing. Keep growing. Keep growing.
There
Yes.
we go. Now
you
we
are
ready.
now officially a solutionary.
Come on,
You're in
let's
it.
go.
That is the secret handshake. So anytime we see each other, that's what we do. We just go, what's up, girl?
What's up? You know
So, I love you. Thank you for being here. Thanks for being a great sport. So this 5-liner, so much fun, so great. I'm excited to hear your answers to this. The very first question, your why, your purpose, your drive. What makes you wake up every day and want to be the best version of yourself?
My family. I don't even have to think about that. So I moved to the United States when I was 22, and it was just me. So my whole entire family is still in Serbia. My parents, my brother, the kids, cousins, everybody. So, and I don't get to see them that often. So the fact that you mentioned, I was just there. I got to spend some time with them, and that's my why, because, I want to, in this life, I want to make enough, not money, but just like, I want to be as successful as I can be, so I can see them more often and they can be part of my life again. Because we kind of separated when I was 22, and I get to see them every 3, 4, 5 years, and that's just not enough for a family. So that keeps me going and driving, and I just want to make sure that somehow I get to be more part of their daily lives, other than just on video. So it's just it's my drive every single morning.
I love that.
Awesome.
I love that. Being that my mother, she came from Korea and she left and she went 15, 16 years without ever seeing her family. It was crazy, and I can't imagine. So I know I can feel you. I feel the pain. I understand where you're coming from. So having that drive, that reason, that why to see your family as often as you can, to where you can almost make it more annually, biannually, quarterly, right? And bring people here and all those types of things. I know that's what you want, and you will have that, and you're getting there. You're doing that. That vacation you went on was beautiful. I'm glad you deserved it. I know that you had a great time. There's nothing better than seeing family, especially when you've been separated for 2 to 3 years, and you finally get to touch. We have the internet now, and that's great, but it's nothing like a real hug. There's nothing like sharing and breaking bread together. There's nothing better than that. Or even having a drink. You know what I mean?
Or a cup of coffee and a conversation.
And some coffee and a conversation. And I really like, I do want to bring up Denise, who I work with. And she was gracious enough to let me work from home in another continent. So on another continent. So that was huge, because it's a different time zone and everything. And that was so big for me that, I keep telling her thank you every single day. I think I'm bothering her at this point, but I really feel that way, that, it was huge for me, because instead of just taking that 1 week vacation and doing everything just hurry, I was actually able to enjoy and spend there a little bit longer than a month. And I can't say enough thank you. So thank you, Denise.
Yes, wow. Denise. Thank you, Denise, for allowing that.
Yes.
In today's digital world, and you actually work for a digital company, it makes sense that you could work overseas, right? But, it is different time zones. So you have to work your mind and understand that you're going to have to work at different times than the normal person works, right? In the location that you're at. But you did it, and you got to spend that extra time home. Overseas, because it's a trip. You don't want to go there for a week. Oh my goodness, that time flies. That you're spending almost half that time traveling, right? So being able to spend a full month there really makes you feel like you settled in, got to see the people that you wanted to see, have the memories, have that cup of coffee and a conversation with all the people you wanted to do that with, and got to smile and love. I mean, the posts you put up were beautiful. Your family's beautiful. Your friends are beautiful. I can imagine how much you do miss them. So I'm so glad that you got to do that. I'm happy that you at least got to make it a digital dealer before you went, because that's literally right after you went. And
exactly.
Exactly.
I've been traveling for past 7 weeks. So I'm like, okay, this has to stop. And then go. October is right around the corner. We're all going to Vegas again. I was like, oh my God.
That's right.
Can't wait to see you there. We'll have fun.
Coming.
We will make that happen. We will have a flash mob and we will get down. But no, I'm glad that you enjoyed that. I'm glad you had that opportunity. And I'm glad that you were able to work while you did that. That's such a beautiful thing, and be able to have that work-life balance and be able to do that from across the world, the other side of the world. So Love you, girl. I'm glad for sharing that.
And dropping all the gratitude out there. Of course, sometimes we do say thank you so many times to other people. Like, man, are we getting annoying with all of our thank yous? But having a heart of gratitude and an honor, you honoring Denise is definitely always going to continue to open doors inside of that relationship to where you guys can reciprocate that love and that gratitude, because I'm sure that Denise is very grateful for the Marija that she has inside of her life, that she would even be able to give that kind of grace into letting you take off a month to go be with your family and operate and adapt, which is what you did as a solutionary. You adapted. You found a way to keep business going, different time zones, different continents, different internet, all of that fun stuff, right? You found a way to keep things grooving, and that's exactly what a solutionary does. And being thankful, man, that's just the good gateway for you to go into everything else into your life with. Inside of thankful, I gotta say thank you to my man Terry Torline for jumping up in here and saying that we are amazing. You are amazing too, my brother. Thank you so much for joining us. Roy the Wolf, what's happening?
What's
Roy,
up, brother? Good morning.
You and yes, Jackie, 100%. Denise is amazing.
I love Denise
that she jumps back in here to show that love to Marija.
I absolutely love Denise because of the type of leader she is.
Yes.
You know, that is the type of leader that understands that you know everyone's going to be a little bit different. You're going to have to adjust. But there wasn't much of adjustment except for she was on another continent. But besides that, no, I think that it's great that you have leaders like that. It's friends. You know, it's a friendship. You know, you have to be a leader, but you have to be a friend. You have to really be a servant leader. And obviously you have one of those. And you're obviously, what's beautiful about that is that teaches you when you have the opportunity for somebody to do that, you're going to do the same thing, of course, you know, and that's what's so nice. It is the constant chain of the right thing to do, making right decisions, helping your team grow, helping your team have good mental stability, helping your team have that family atmosphere, helping your team have love in their life. I love you, Denise.
Yes.
Just so you know, Denise, I think you're great. You're so awesome. And you're lucky to have Marija too. So I'm just saying.
So with that, I want to say that is the culture that gets created inside of a business where you do become more family, right? You do become more like a synergized group of people that are in it to see everybody be uplifted. It's not always just about the business, right? You'll get so much more out of your employees when you let them take that time, when you let them go be with their family. When you hear, whether it's on the Car Guy Coffee podcast, a person's why, or when you're doing a one-on-one with them and you're asking them, hey, what's your why? What are you even here for? You know, why are you doing this job? Well, I'm motivated about my family that's overseas, and I want to see them, and I want to connect to them more, and I want to be with them more, right? Her being aware of that is what gives that opportunity for her to say, hey, go do that. And I'm sure that inside of that gratitude, that makes you focus on your job even more, do the things that you're supposed to do even more. So take that page out of Denise's book and give your people some time to be with their family and let them adapt their work. They'll probably be drop jaw for a little while. So like, you're really going to give me this much time off? You're really going to let me go do all this and do my job? Yes. If they truly have family at heart, then your business will be operating as a family. And speaking of family, my brother-in-law, Jason Grimes, is up in here, who's an incredible car guy himself, racer and such. Good morning, Jason. So glad that you're with us again, consistently showing up, brother. I appreciate you. And Denise saying again, thank you and so much love. And we do got a lot of love in here. And so while we talk about the love and we talk about how we got here, let's jump to the second line in this 5-liner and ask, how did you even land inside of this job in the automotive industry, helping people do what it is that they do? And how did you get here? How did this land in your lap, or how did you open up this door?
So, like I said, in 2005, I moved to United States as very, very young, just graduated college. And I just came here for like a wedding or something like that. And I realized that if I wanted to stay here and make my life here, I have to go back to school because my degree was not recognized. So that's exactly what I did. And as I was going through school, the recession happened and all the greatness of 2008, 2011. And there was like not that many options for somebody like me. Unfortunately, because, you know, my English was kind of not at the level that it is right now, and I was still going to school and everything. So I was doing like inside sales at like a food store, and a dealership here in Michigan approached me and was like, "How about doing some BDC?" And I said, "I don't even know what that means, but okay, if it pays good, I'll do it." And then I fell in love. So, that has been going on since 2013. I have been in a couple of different dealership groups, and I have done BDC work as an agent, a BDC manager, a team leader. I did like internet manager. Then, I got into marketing, which is even more love for me. So, I once I was on the marketing side, I kind of got to meet so many people on LinkedIn, and connect with like great minds in our industry. And it just so happened that I was talking to Denise one day, and she said she was looking for somebody with my kind of attitude and qualities, and I was like, "I'll work for you," and it just so happened. So the rest is history. Yeah. So and I love it. I got to say that I loved my job at the dealership, and it was challenging. It was something new every day, and I was working a lot, but working for agency and a vendor where I'm in position to help more than one dealership. It's what actually my true purpose is, or I feel that that's my purpose. I'm now able to get that knowledge out and help more than just one store I'm working at.
Come on. What a story.
That is awesome. It's because you went out and you kept putting work, you kept moving forward, you kept looking for reasons, you connected, you made a network, you made that network your friends, you talked to them, you became interactive, and they're like, "You know what? I want to hire you. You're awesome." I probably would have done the same thing, because you're very forward. You're very awesome when you talk to people. You have a spirit about you. Your energy is contagious. I mean, no joke. We met you, Digital Dealer. You're one of the people I remember very clearly.
Remember, because she was a lot of.
Oh yeah. She was getting down. She is not shy, folks. She is not shy, and I love that about her. She definitely has a personality that just likes to basically, "Hey, how you doing? Nice to meet you." She's not that type of person that's like, "I don't know if I should say."
Ain't scared.
She ain't scared. And that's what it takes in this business. That's what it takes to grow. That's what it takes to build a network and have people have confidence in you. It's building trust with people. It's quick. You could build trust with confidence extremely fast. And it's crazy how that works. But I believe that in you. I trust you immediately. I was like, "Oh, I like her. She's so cool." And you have that energy about you that's like, you almost like a magnet. You're like, "Oh, what's going on over here? I want to hang out with her." Right. So that's what attracts people to you, and you have that in you. And people say it's natural. Maybe it is, but I think it's something we grow up with. What we're our family, the way we're raised, our culture, our friends. As we get through that, all that's how we become who we are today. And then as we get older, all of a sudden we use those traits in a different way to help us with business. And you do that very well. And I'm excited to see how far you're going to go with that, because this is just the beginning for you. You've been doing this for a while now, but it's still just the beginning. It's the beginning for all. I'm in the business 20 years, and it's just the beginning for me, right? So there's so many new things that come about every single day. There's new opportunities. There's new people to meet. There's new networks to be made. We're the one of the podcasts out there that's kind of buzzing around and people are hearing about us, but we had to start. We had to make that move. We had to make that change. We had to build a new network. And I love it, though. It's fun. I'm glad you're part of this network. You are a solutionary, and I'm glad that you got in this business, because this business needs people like you. Automotive business needs honest people who have lives that have come from all different cultures, that speak on things that are different. Someone who could speak 4 different languages. Come on now. 4 different languages. That is amazing. Matter of fact, English, Serbian, Macedonian, and Spanish. That is pretty impressive little resume, my friend. That can take you so much further than you could ever imagine, just speaking those 4 languages. The other thing that I really like about her is that she likes sports, in particular football, American football, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And basketball.
I used to watch soccer when I was in Europe. I have to, watch something. I want to be involved in sports. Is like, I can't play, so like I'm like, I can dance, but like I'm not for sports. But I like to watch because I am competitive by nature, and I like seeing that companionship on a soccer on a football field. I like seeing the game plan, and I like seeing it coming to fruition, to like like the plays and everything. And then when the victory happens, I like seeing people smiling and jumping out of joy, and like just in most recent Olympics, some people that won medals that had never even thought that they're going to get to Olympics.
Mhm.
Now all of a sudden they're standing there and their national anthem is playing and they're crying, and it's just like, and I'm crying, and I'm like, this is what is it about, like this is what life is, like working so hard and accomplishing something so big like a gold medal in Olympics. That's what the heart is. So I love it.
Oh my goodness, you hit that so right, and you got me all getting goosey bumpies over here because that's how I feel when I watch the Olympics too. There's something honorable about all that. How much work each one of those 4 years of work, some of those 8 years, some of those are whole lives, just to make it on the team. Some of them, even if they don't medal, just to be there is a big deal, right? Exactly. And then when you get a chance, like you said, people who were like, I didn't think I was going to medal, they leave with a bronze even. You know how great that feels to represent for one, it's yourself, two, your country. Oh my goodness, you are literally the representative of your country. That's right. And you get to be there. And like you said, when the national anthem of your country plays, tears pour out. The emotions come together because, folks, we see that 10 seconds in a race, or we see that 2 minutes in a swim, or whatever you watched. But that's not all that it was. You're talking about hours, days, weeks of dedication from morning to night, 3-a-day workouts, to the point where they had no life but that. They worked so hard to represent themselves, their country, their family, to come there and do their best and just see what they can do, see if they can make a personal record for them. In some cases, a lot of them didn't even finish the finish line. I've seen people who fell and hurt themselves before they could even get to the end. Man, heartbreaking. Exactly. But they have to sit back, have gratitude. It's hard to, but you got to sit back and have gratitude. I was here. Do you mean people tried to do this and didn't? I remember being a young man. I'm going to be in the Olympics one day. I was a track star myself, right? I'm going to be in the Olympics. Oh, no. It's a lot of work, way more dedication than I was willing to do at that age. Shamefully, I wish I did more. Who knows? Who knows what the potential was, right? But at the same time, to see what those people do, and I know it's so much more work. To me, an Olympian works harder than even a professional sports athlete. And I hate to say that, but it's because it's 4 years you have to work on it. It's not like you get instant gratification every season. You don't got 4 seasons. Now you got these little races in between and stuff, but you're talking about for the Olympics. So those Olympians are amazing. So, but no, basketball is another sport you absolutely love. I know we're getting off on this whole thing. I'm a huge basketball guy. I love basketball. So I have to ask before we get to the next question, we're going to throw this little side note. Who's your favorite basketball team?
My favorite, I don't have a favorite basketball team because I'm in Detroit and we have Pistons and they're not that good.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
It's like I'll be supporting my home team, but like there is like I like Luka Doncic, and obviously Joker or Nikola Jokic.
I see you.
Serbian, so I'm like.
I don't blame you. and both of those players that she named are top 5 caliber players in the league. Both of them amazing. I mean, Luka could be the best player in the league at any point. He's one of the best scorers I've ever seen, and he's super young, and he has so much potential in him. And I love his killer instinct. He will drop a dime in your face like this. Come on, want to guard me? I'll pull it in your face, and I'll drain this 3-pointer from way out here. He's amazing. And Joker, man, come on now. Man, he can play some ball. They're amazing, and their Olympic basketball team. Whoa! I mean, I thought they were going to win the whole thing. I thought they were that good. I was like, they could probably win the gold medal over America right now. That's all I got to say. But
they just were not lucky in that last game, and I felt so bad for Luka. I want because he led that team with the heart.
Everything.
I wanted them to win so bad, He's
amazing. He did.
So, but it just didn't happen. But they're getting close to it. Yeah, they won the world championship a couple of years ago, right before COVID. So they're getting there. That's going to happen. And then, as far as Serbia, we didn't even make it to Olympics this year because. Again, Joker was not able to join us. Neither was like Bogdanovic, and like it's surprising like how little of a country Serbia is. About 7 million people, but we have more than 20 players in NBA. That just tells you about the spirit of this country. It's just crazy how competitive and how much we wanted that we make it to this level in sportsmanship.
I freaking love it, and you're right. That is something that I think everybody's starting to take notice of. We're starting to see that, and I mean, when you can find that nature inside people, where it comes from the culture around them, where they don't give up, they keep winning, they want to keep going, getting better at things. And with those names you're dropping, the the world that's going on. That's amazing. And I know that there's a huge future. I remember being the very first dream team that ever played in the Olympics with Michael Jordan and all them. The whole world was like decades behind us when it comes to basketball. And then, phew, look at it now. We're talking like 20 years later, 30 years later. Why kind of old? 30 years later, the dream teams now. America has struggles, and we play against teams that are just far more superior than they used to be, to the point where America doesn't look as superior. Matter of fact, most of our best players now come from other countries, and I love that. I want to see some Koreans come up in the house. Let's go, Korea, South Korea up in the house. Go! I need some of you guys to get a little bit taller. Let's go. But that being said,
we got the same problem in Cuba.
Yeah, but that being said, no, I absolutely love that you're a big sports fan and you can speak 4 languages. Sorry, I didn't mean to get all off on this whole thing.
And not to get too far off level, but it does flow in line with what it is that we're trying to make sure our message gets out here about you. I mean, when a person comes through waving a banner of inside of a parade of their country,
right,
and they have that pride, that's the same thing that you're stepping up every single day to your job doing. It's very obvious in the first 2 seconds of a conversation with you that you didn't get that accent from anywhere here in the US, right? That's
not a New Yorker accent?
What? No, definitely not. Right?
My bad.
But it's something that you show up with, but your love language is also different. You also approach things so much differently than other people, but it makes you operate inside of a truly contagious confidence. And that doesn't come by way of pride. That does come by way of hard work, but also, as you started off, through the gates of gratitude.
Oh, man.
Each and every one of those people that make it to a podium or just make it in the parade are walking around with incredible gratitude. They're not up on their bawling their eyes out because they're so thankful that they are the ones that put in all that hard work. No, they've had people pour into their life. They've had great coaches pour into their life. They've had people open up doors. They've had people cut on them even a little bit, right? Correct them when they didn't want to be corrected, be taught things that they didn't want to be taught. And until they finally made it to a track where they get to represent their country and do great at it and lead industry, just like you're doing now, not necessarily in sport, but this is our game, right? The BDC
this
game.
Is our Olympics,
game.
Son.
This is what we do. We are the elite of the automotive industry, trying to shift it.
Yep.
And in that, when you watch the Olympics, it inspires young men, young women to say, there is something more in me. I want to feel that, right? When you get those goosebumps going up and you start seeing that these people have fought and worked and toiled to get to these levels inside of life, you get inspired, you get motivated. But it doesn't happen by accident. There's always people to thank. So I'm going to alley-oop this over here to Fred as he jumps over here on this third question of the
podcast. And he's great alley-oop, by the way. I'm ready to freaking throw a 360 tomahawk dunk from that alley-oop. But literally, people help us. We all help. We could be mentors to others. Mentors can be to us. We need to find as many as we can out there. I know I'm always looking for new mentors. I'm always looking to mentor other people on stuff that I can do, that I can show them, right? Because that's how we grow. We grow by teaching. That's how you learn too. I mean, as you start to talk about things, it's like doing a study group. You sit down, you study together, and you teach each other, and the next thing you know more. It's just weird how that works, and you apply and you remember. But that being said, there's been people in your life that have really influenced you. And I know there's been people that have helped you. You've already talked about Denise. God bless Denise. Love you. Thank you so much. I'm so glad you met her. But it could be Denise. Who's been one person for you in your business, in your career, that has helped you make a good pivot, that's helped you change your life a little bit?
Well, I gotta digress, and like, there's so many people in this industry. They're so awesome, and like you said, I'm that person that meets everybody, that talks to everybody. And, like I was so lucky that I had so many people help me. It would just not be fair to mention one person, because if I mention everybody that had helped me from the time I started until now, we would be here for hours, because I feel so grateful for every single person that came up to me and said, well, this is great, and you should do this, and I can help you with this, and give me a call with this, and even you guys like inviting me to this, like right now, like if somebody else like says like, hey, what was the one thing that happened? It was great last week. It was like Fred and Lou, hey, they had me on their show. I loved it, and I'm thankful for that. So I can't like like bring up one person, but there's like a group of people that I surround myself at all times that are very, very successful, way more successful than I am, and that they have me in their group, and you see them over here in comments. I mean, some of them, like, you know, Denise and Jesse and Hannah and Melanie, and there's like so many. Fleming, you know, Evelyn from Think Ad Group. She is the one that actually introduced us. I mean, like, there's like just so many people in this industry. And when I first started, there was like a guy that was my BDC manager that kind of told me that I'm made for this industry and I'll make it. And he's going to be proud of me when I do. He got out of auto. He is in real estate now down in Ohio. His name is Aaron Kent. I'm not sure if he's watching or not, but, you know, hey, Aaron, you know, so that's like one of my first cheerleaders in this industry, and he was always up for me. So really grateful to many, many people. But you know, and then obviously again my family that is always so proud of me for everything I do, and they can't wait until like I post something that is either work or just like any type of like success related, and they're there, you know, like they're there in my comments on Facebook, they're there on, you know, Instagram and, you know, phone calls and text messages. My phone is going off like crazy right now. I don't know how much of this they understand if they're watching, but, you know, they love it. They're just like, oh, I see you, you know, you're on TV. I'm like, I'm not on TV. It's just a podcast. But, you know, like that gets me going. So like going back to the first answer to the first question, it's the family that keeps fighting.
Oh man, that's such a, I love it. And
such a Marija answer.
That is.
Just,
and
it sounds
like it to me, like I could feel that in your heart, and I know what you mean. It is hard. Like for me, you're right. When you're coming up, there's so many people that have helped me, and it's almost like I don't want to be dishonorable and not mention everyone. Right. So if I mention just one, it's hard to not mention everyone, right? I love how you generalized it, but you kind of tightened it up, the generalization. You talked about family, you talked about individuals, and you named a few there, but it's the group, it's your network. You know, it's everyone. It's a accumulation of people. It's your board of directors, kind of like Lyman says. You know, she has a board of directors. It's her, you know, her life coach, her gym coach. All these people that work with you, they are your board of directors. They keep you in line. They help you grow. They help you move. It's your mentors. It's your friends. It's your family. You know, having family like you have, you know, and it's a beautiful thing. You know, sometimes it's great. Like I said, I think it's funny. They're like, hey, I've seen you on TV. No, it's a podcast, but I still love you. Right.
Exactly.
But you're on your way. And what's so funny is words become things. And it's funny that you say that, because we hear it now on this video. Oh, they see you on TV. They're going to see you on TV one day. And it's not because that's your goal, but because that's where you're going. You are a rising star. And I hope you understand this. You have it inside you. There's something about you that people want. People need to be around. It's that energy. It's a je ne sais quoi. Right? I don't even know if I said that right, but I do know
sounded great.
It sounded really good, but you know, all I know is that you're amazing. I to the point where like I said, since the first time we met you, I have not been able to forget about you. Your smile is infectious. You have beautiful eyes, by the way. They're amazing.
Thank you.
They really sear through you. So when you see her look at you like, hey, what's going on? Nice to meet you. I'm Fred. You know, you can't help it. And when it comes out, what's so crazy is once you get past all that, it's even better. It's even more beautiful. You have a great personality. I love your accent. You know, there's so many traits about you that really work. You're smart as heck. You know, you went to college in your country. You guys heard the story. She went to college in her country, got her degree, came here, and it wasn't accredited here. So she went back to college. How many people would do that? Not a lot. There's a lot of people who would just be like, you know what? I'm going to just do whatever I can do because I don't have time for that. Yet, she was like, no, I want this career. I want to be able to better myself. I love it because she was keep growing at the time. And so she went ahead and did that. She went here, took advantage of those opportunities, did that, jumped on some other opportunities. Look where she's at today. And once again, it's just the beginning. It's just all starting. She's just starting to show what she's about. She's just starting to discover what she's about. We all are. You know, we all are going through that mission. Even when I'm 80, I'm probably going to say the same thing. I'm just still starting. I just began, right? Because it's true. I'm always looking for a way to be better than I was yesterday. You know, I know that's what you do every single day. I love that you lean on your family, you lean on your friends and your network. I know I do the same thing. That is the only way we can do it, because doing it by yourself, for one, is not fun.
Boring.
Two, you don't get to share your stories with anybody. People want to share. You know, you want to share with them. So Yes. Thank you for talking about all that. That's amazing. I'm glad that you love your family like that and that you respect your family and your network like that. That's awesome.
Yeah. And then narrowing it down to the people that are that pivotal inside of your life, it can become a laundry list of people.
I know it is for me.
Saying thank you. But having that core unit, being firmly grounded inside of the love of family is ultimately what I believe helps other people flourish inside of life. It helps you not to be confused about your own identity, right? When you talk to your own family, they know who you are. They know if it's BS, if they know if it's you, they know if you're off, they know if you're on, they know how to cheer you on, they know how to reel you back a little bit, right? And how to have those true, real conversations. That is how we ultimately grow. And sometimes we don't have the blood close by us, right? We don't have the blood family around us. Sometimes it becomes family that isn't your blood. Like Fred's family is my family, right? I don't know what it would be like if my son didn't have a brother like Nick inside of his life, right? I don't know what my life would be like if I didn't have a brother like Fred inside of my life. So having family is key. I mean, it does make sure that you do stay grounded, especially when things get hard, especially when things get difficult, especially when things even get a little scary, right? They can help remind you of who it is that you are and who it is that you're becoming, even when you take the hits on the chin. Now, you've learned 4 languages, have worked on multiple degrees, come into this country, began thriving, understood with challenges inside of your speech to begin with, how to communicate to customers that are trying to get information about vehicles, about programs, about whatever it is that you're developing the business on. You've still faced those challenges. But my question to you, as the 4th question of this 5-liner, is what has been the hardest lesson you've had to learn in all of these lessons you've learned up to now? What has been the one that really was like, oh, so much growth came out of that, but it was a hard one to swallow? Marija, what has been your hardest lesson?
Well, this one is hard to talk about, but I gotta bring Lori Halter here, because she always says, you have to talk about this, because this is so different than anybody else's story. You have to get it out, and people will not judge you or think that you're saying to get sympathy or anything. But when I was and part of the reason for me coming here is because when I was 16 in 99, that gives out my age, but doesn't matter. When I was 16 in 99, then Yugoslavia, that now doesn't exist anymore, got bombed by NATO and United States, and we were involved in both, like attacks from the air and guerrilla war on the ground. And I had to go through that, and that was hard in itself. And then when it ended, we had my family, and about 100,000 other people had to flee. So that's why, like watching these pictures from Afghanistan now, it's just my heart, because I know how those people live in the panic that sets once you know that you're not welcome anymore in your own country, and you have to leave your home and everything up to that part. And we were like running for our life.
Wow.
And it took like a few days until we even found where we're gonna sleep. We'll like spend some days in cars and tents and whatnot. And then I was angry. I was so angry in the beginning. I was so angry at the politicians and my parents that did not want to move our stuff, because my parents were stubborn, think that they weren't gonna go back, and they just did not want to move any of our stuff, and that everything was lost. And I was so angry for so long. I think like all the way until the end of high school, I was mad at like my parents and everything, and against their advice, I went, and instead of like they wanted me to go into a law school, because I can talk myself out of anything. I decided to go and get into a journalism college. That's what I finished. But now looking back at it and seeing that the law school is actually recognized everywhere in the world, accredited, and the journalism is not, I have to say that was my lesson. I had to go to college for 12 years because I was stubborn and I was angry. And it was a good lesson. It was a good lesson because now I'm able to like not just say I speak 2 or 3 languages. I can actually like understand and write and read and then be academic in all of them. So end of the day, it was great, but like I could have started my professional career when I was 22, but no, I started when I was like 29 because I had to go to school twice. So, it's a good thing, but like it came out of anger that was like, I there was nothing there, like I cannot change what politicians did. And it was not my parents' fault. They thought that they were doing a good thing. They thought that we're going to go back. They did not realize that this is final and we're never going to see that town again. And we didn't take anything. And the things I missed the most were the books. I still think that, like I still think about those books, it's just, but those are the things that you lose and you're like, that's a part of your life. When it's gone and you can't get it back.
Wow. That is a story, folks. That's history. I mean, if you think about what she just broke down, all the stuff that was going on, that little civil war that happened there and in the bombings, and she's so right. I mean, it was crazy times. And I'll be honest, I can't even fathom that. It's to me that the only closest thing I can have to empathy is just trying to imagine what it feels like. Right. And to be there and to be pulled out of your homes and not know if you're going to go back, and to have parents that, at least they had optimism in them, and that's something that I find beautiful, is that they were like, we'll go back. We're going to be back. We'll be back to our house. We'll get our stuff again. That's probably the only way they could think to do, hey, they try to keep positive. They were trying to probably move forward, not worry about things they had no control over, and hope that things are going to be back to the way that they were. And it never happened. I can understand where you came from. I can understand how it felt. That age, 16 years old, in that range, we're at a spot where we're trying to become something. And when you have obstacles thrown at you, like a war, oh my God, bombs coming from the sky, like you said, guerrilla warfare in the streets, people just shooting each other, people hiding. You don't know if you're going to make it from one end of a street to another without having an issue. You don't know if your stuff's going to get stolen, if you're going to get kidnapped. There's so many things that can happen during those types of conflicts. And you made it through. You're alive. Your family's together. You have so many things. So you could look at all the negatives there, and it's hard not to. I would have been negative Nancy all day long. Like, oh, my life is horrible. I'm 16. How's my life going to be anything? How am I going to grow up to be? My life is over. Why is my world like this? I would have felt the same way at that age. There's no doubt. I would have been really upset with my parents. I would have been upset with the world. I would have been upset with my situation. There's no way, honestly, for me at that time, I probably wouldn't even gone to college. I probably would have been like, why? What's the point? Right. And that's because I was really silly at that age. At least you took the initiative and said, you know what, even though it wasn't what you end up doing, but it did something. Those skills that you learned through that 12 years of school, those skills that you learned through all those times, the experiences you had is how you became who you are today. So without all of that, I know those are lessons learned, and you wish you could have done it a different way. I could go back and wish a million different things, but then I would have never had my son. I would have never never met Lou. I would have never had this podcast. I would have never maybe gotten a car business. But I'm so thankful for all my prior mistakes, all my prior things that I consider bad, lessons that I learned. Those lessons that you learned today have built who you are now. This car business needed you. So I'm glad, even though I'm sorry that things like that happened to you and your family, I'm sorry that all that stuff went down. We can't change the past, but what I can tell you is I'm so thankful that you're here today.
Right.
I'm so thankful that I'm having this conversation with you, that we can share this, and I can feel your energy, because I needed your energy today. I needed your story today. I needed to hear about what you've been to. I think a lot of people need to hear this.
A lot of people.
Because a lot of people coming up with excuses of why their life is the way it is when they really had nothing happen to them. Imagine bombs being thrown down at you, folks.
Imagine running.
Quit making excuses.
Imagine looking at your children and telling them, we have to leave, and we have to leave now.
Now.
I am saving your life.
We could die.
And we don't know what
we have to go. We don't know what that's like here. We got put in our homes for a year in coronavirus, and we thought that was horrible. It's horrible. But it's not bombs being dropped down on you. You have no idea what tomorrow has to come. You have no idea where you're going to sleep. A car, a tent, the streets. You have no idea. You don't know what that's like, folks. And if you do, then you know where she's coming from, and you know how far she's come.
And you know how to operate in gratitude.
100%.
You're thankful that you have the moment to be right now speaking inside of safety. speaking inside of a place where it's on your terms, right? We set a schedule today, but you decided to show up today. You decided to come and share your story today, because there are people that are facing challenges that they need to hear that there's somebody like a Marija that has been through some incredibly tense situations and have still found a way to persevere, have been hit on the chin, have been set back, and could have given up, right? We could have looked at things in a less mature way or a less grateful way and not seen you take the next step into another job, not trust somebody that's trying to point you into a direction that you're actually going to be able to flourish and grow in, not trust that the system is even going to help you out if you go get that other degree, right? You've had these different people that helped you pave that way, but it was you that took up your cross and walked. It's you that took these bad situations, got up and kept going. The word says that all things work together for the good. That doesn't mean that all things are good. Folks, we never want to say that the situation that's happening in Afghanistan, we're not saying that that's good. What I am saying inside of a voice and with a heart of hope, that somehow it is working for the good. I don't know if you just started a job. I don't know if you just lost a job. I don't know if you have had the greatest successes of your life, or if you have just witnessed the biggest failures of your life. Those of you that are listening, those of you that are watching, there is a testimony inside of the person that we have right here on the show right now that says, don't give up. Your time is coming. And even if it doesn't feel, smell, look, or even taste like what it is that you want right now, keep going, keep growing. You've been applying these 3 F's inside of your life without even knowing the handshake yet, right? Before even knowing how to do the moves, you were already forgiving, focusing on what it is that you can do. And sister, you are flying.
Yes.
That's how we have found each other, flying together, finding our dance inside of the beat and keeping our life moving in cadence with the design that we have. But it's not just for us. It's for many others. It's not just for ours and our own crew. It's for many others. And that's why we have you here today, to be able to share your story, because many people can think that they have it bad. And even if they do have it bad, I don't want to discount anybody's bad, right? Everybody's bad is it's 100%. But it is working together for the good. And though things may take time, you've put in the seeds and now you're reaping a harvest. And this is a fruit-filled life that you are going to continuously experience. And with the people that are throwing you the love today, you can see that fruit is starting to reap. Seed-filled fruit is coming back into your life. And we're just thankful that you get to come here on the show and continue to cast out.
No doubt. You know, people, it's when you meet her, you would never know she's been through what she's been through. You would just assume that she's always been a happy-go-lucky, life is good, there's no problems going on in my life, I'm good to go.
That's right.
So it's so great to have these 5-liners and really hear your story. That story, and I'm going to tell you, Lori Holter is 100% right. You need to tell that story.
Tell it.
Everywhere you go. If you have an opportunity to speak on people, somebody needs to hear that story. Somebody needs to hear that there's hope, that they can still be somebody, that they can do anything if they just put their mind to it. And you're doing that, and you're doing it with class. And I absolutely love that. And that brings me to my 5th question. I hate to end this with the last question. I wish we had like 10 more now. But the 5th question, it is, through all the stuff that you've been through, you've been through, you know, we've talked about your why, your family. We've talked about obviously what got you in this business, how you got in this business, and your story to get in here. We talked about the people and in the community and the family that's helped you get motivated and stay motivated on what you're doing. We talked about things that you learned, the lessons that you've been through, your story of your past, where you come from. What has been your greatest reward up to this point for all the hard work you've put together, going to school, traveling across the world, leaving your family so you can try to start a better life, a life that you choose, living your preferred existence? What is your greatest reward up to this point?
I gotta say that's me being able to have a home of my own here in the United States. Because, you know, like I said, we lost everything back in, 99, and, being, a renter for, like years and years and years, and then moving here. And then I rented here for about, 6 years as well. And then finally, me and my husband were able to, find the house that we liked and got approved and bought it. And the moment of, like after the closing, when you get your keys, and you just like open the door and you walk in and you look at this humongous, this is like a villa for me. Like I had never in my wildest dreams could have imagined that I'm gonna have this. And for some people this is a small tiny little house, whatever. For me this was like that moment of gold medal.
Yes.
Come on.
And I was like, and this is because of all the hard work that I put in the past 20 years. This is every night that I stayed up studying and then going to work and waitress. This is every tear that I had for not seeing my family. This is everything. And then even the bigger one was when I was able to actually buy a condo for my parents and get them out of renting as well. And now when I went there and they're like, they're just happy, like they're not like, I don't know. It's just, it's a different feeling. And I know that many people cannot replicate that. And many people cannot feel that because they have not been in a situation that to lose everything they had. And I have met people that have lost things through fire and, divorce and all kinds of horrible stuff that happens to people. But I know that they feel the same way. Then once again, they get that key and they unlock it. And then there's just like this thing, just like from the door comes up and you're like, I made it. And that's my, and that's because of like everything I did, like all the jobs I had and all the people I've met, and people gave me advice for my work, but also advice how to like build up my credit and what to do and how to get to a point to be a homeowner in a country that once I known as just the country that bombed us. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
It's like a full circle.
That is
circle.
crazy. It is full circle. And we're so lucky to have you here. I'm so glad that you made the decisions that you've made in your life, even though sometimes they felt like maybe you made the wrong ones, but you made the right ones. It was a plan for you. It was a divine plan for you to be here today, to be here on this planet for people to hear your story. And it's just going to keep happening. Your job on this planet has just begun. And I'm so excited to see you. I'm so glad we're here. I'm so glad that we're friends. Now that we're networked and we're solutionaries together, we're going to grow together. I'm going to watch you grow. I'm going to be able to share your story some more. And I can't wait to do a follow-up with you within the next year, just to see how much further you've gone. Because I know that you're back. Now that you're back on stateside, you got so much work you're going to get done, and there's so many opportunities, and I can't wait to see how far you go. You are a special, special human being. And we're so delighted to have you on the show. We're so glad we got to share your story. Women in automotive are the best thing that ever happened to automotive.
Come on.
And I could tell you, I'm so excited that we've been able to do this series with so many amazing superhumans that are women that are changing the business, women that are innovative, making things so much better for us in this automotive industry, making it to where people want to be part of this industry, where people want to buy from this industry again. So I thank you.
From people.
I thank you for being who you are. I thank you for being a light in the darkness. I thank you for shedding all the darkness away the way you are. I thank you for living the way you lived. And I want to thank you for being here today. And we love you. We appreciate you. Thank you for your time. Wow. You have anything you want to say before we get out of here today?
No, I think like I'm in a weird spot right now. Like I shared like this and it's just like out. And I'm like, wow. It's like I feel so much better. Like that forgive that you talked about, it's now final. It just
That's right.
There it is.
something that was like there that was lingering maybe for just like this last few months or years, it just like went off in this show. So
Come on.
Amen.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Well, you're awesome and you're the best. There's so many people out there that love you. Everyone that we've ever spoke your name, we're like, oh, she's amazing. You're going to have a great time with her on the show. Yeah, I already know. That's why we've actually had her book for a while, So I'm excited. We're rooting for you just like Hannah is, and we're going to keep rooting for you. Thank you for sharing your story. Folks, what's the best way to get a hold of you? If they want to talk to you about growth, if maybe they just want to hear more about your story, how could they get a hold of you?
Well, the best way is LinkedIn because on Facebook and Instagram, I try to, like stay with, like my, family stuff. And,
Sure.
Like I do have lots of automotive people on Facebook. But like the best way to get in touch with me, it would be through my LinkedIn profile or, from there I can share my email, my phone number, whatever it takes. But send me a message on LinkedIn. That's the best way. And
there's her link right now, folks. You can see it right there. There's her spelling of her name. You can search it, or you can just look at this link, type it in exactly into your URL, and it'll pull it right up for you. I just pulled her up her page. Great profile, great person, superhuman, absolutely one of the biggest hearts you'll meet out there, and the smile that you can see for miles. Seriously. So, folks, thank you for joining us today. Oh,
man, this again,
Marija, you're awesome.
All of you that are listening or hearing this, whether it's in the future when you hear it on the podcast, or it's right now today, you listening to the replay, however it is that you're listening to it, I hope and pray that you are inspired to understand that this story right here is a full story and testimony to what can happen inside of reconciliation when inside of your heart you determine nothing is going to stop you.
Right.
And then even to coming to today, jumping on a show with a couple of crazy car guys with cups of coffee and releasing that, the actual motion of wiping off the weight of unforgiveness. Again, folks, her country was bombed by us, and now she is holding a piece of it inside of her hand. She is the owner of a piece of this great country and gets the chance to be inside of her own palace, living out her best life now because she did not give up. And folks, I encourage you all, do not give up today. Don't give up on yourself, and do not give up on those that have given up on themselves. There is a better day coming, and it can be today. I am better because you've poured into my cup today. So I'm going to take on this last little sip of Car Guy coffee, and I'm going to get pumped up. I'm going to go do my day. We are going to groove. We are going to move, and we are going to make it do what it do. She got that wave going. I like it. Get that going, girl. Hey! Heck yeah. Well, car guys and car gals, again, this word is out there. She already put it out there in the atmosphere, and there's more words that have been put out there. If you can go to carguycoffee.com, get you some of the brews that we've had with some of our past guests. Right now, we are still pumping out a message of positivity, and you need to go get you some. Check out the swag store, get you a little inspiration shirt, maybe get you a little mug, get you a little something that shows that you are brewing solutions with the best. And today we have done exactly that. Thank you so much, Marija, for being with us today.
Oh,
Fred,
man,
we're about to groove on to this.
We are, folks. We just had a great interview with one of our great friends. I'm excited to keep growing this relationship with her, folks. I appreciate you for joining us. As always, I'm Fred Lenartz, the subprime hero.
And I'm Lou Ramirez, the car guy.
Woo! And we are Car Guy Coffee Podcast. And today we've been brewing with
Marija Cvetkovska.
Listen, he already messed it up. Cvetkovska. Hey, folks. Beautiful name, beautiful person, beautiful day. You all go out and have the best day of your lives. Folks, kill the day, conquer the day, and have the most fun you ever can. And Marija, thank you so much. You're awesome. You really are.
We are so thankful that you were here with us today. Go make something big happen, everybody. We love you all. We out.